Kalani.
Hello, everybody.
There are no further changes to race 2, a field of 5 to go to post. For Division 1 of the Brown Advisory, King George III Maiden Hurdle.
This is BB Davis, and we're back for race 2.
2:05.
That will start at 2:05. We got about 4 minutes for this race to start. This is the Queen's Cup Steeplechase 75th anniversary. They're back after hiatus from the pandemic. This is the Brown Advisory Maiden Hurdle, 2 1/4 miles. And there you have on the screen the horses. And we have 2 from the USA, Ancient Times and Low Country. Beowulf is going to be in the number 1 position. Number 2, Low Country. And then Kalani, 3. Eternal Story 4, Ancient Times 5, and Sprïng Heliogem 6. To the right of your screen, you see the trainers and the jockeys. And it's beginning to get a little overcast, but when we check the weather for Mineral Springs, North Carolina, just outside of the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina, it was going to be overcast, partly sunny, the partly cloudy type vibrations, but no rain. So, all these horses, they look incredible. Doesn't the horses look incredible thus far in the races that we've seen?
Horses now are making their way into the paddock for the second race, Division 1.
All right, and we have...
Once again, a further call. Gate operators, would you please close the course? Please secure the course. We now have horses out on track. The public, please clear the course.
All right, so they are making sure that everything is in
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Duggan with you again down in the paddock. And the 1 horse, Beowulf, Maranto Manel LLC owns, Willie Dowling trains, and Jamie Neild rides. And Mark, we're going to handicap this one as they go by us. So what's your thoughts on Beowulf?
This is always a really traditional hot maiden hurdle, Jimmy. It's been won by some really good horses over the last few years. Horses like Causeworthy, Moscato, even Snap Decision, a superstar, actually got beaten in this race as a maiden a few years ago. A lot of these horses not showing a great deal of form so far over hurdles. A lot of them coming into the race having shown very good form flat racing. That is not the case, however, with the first horse who's about to go by you currently in the paddock. That's number 1, Beowulf. I actually called this horse over in the UK not so very long ago. He was beaten by a horse that day called Boulette, who's already come over to this side of the pond and won a couple of races impressively. What do you make of the 1 horse, Beowulf?
Yeah, I think love, because that's today's ground. He was held up on the flat, so it'll be interesting to see today if he can settle and if he's a puller. On to the 2 horse, Low Country, owned by Raising Hull Racing, trained by Lilith Boucher and ridden by Mel Boucher.
Low Country's already got some form here over hurdles, finished 3rd behind a horse called Mr. Alec, who's going to be running in the Queen's Cup in around about 45 minutes' time. All his best form when he was running on the flat came on the synthetic surfaces. He was a winner 3 times on the all-weather surfaces at Arlington and at Prescar Downs. He's yet to really spread his stuff on turf.
Yes, good flat form with 3 wins last summer, which was really raised my eyebrows, and a beautiful intro in April by Popper Boucher, who's leading up to today. It's an all-family affair, and I know Bouch from back home. These are tremendous horsemen and a wonderful family, so we'll be looking for this one to run well. The 4 horse, Eternal Story, Runnymore Racing LLC owned, Leslie Young trained, and Tom Garner in the saddle.
Eternal Story looking to give Garner and Young a quick fire double on the card. A horse who had some decent form over in Ireland, actually finished 2nd in a huge field at Limerick the last time he ran under rules. And although he's yet to race officially here in the United States, he was a horse who managed to finished runner-up in or managed to win, I should say, a 2-mile flat race at a point-to-point recently. So he's had a bit of a rev-up for this race, Jimmy.
Absolutely. You know, his second over 2 3/8 at Limerick in November of 21 indicates serious stamina. He has great hurdle experience over there, which I love. I think he might need softer and possibly further. The 5-horse, Ancient Times, owned by Carrington Holdings, LLC, trained by Arch Kingsley and ridden by Jerry Galligan.
We haven't seen a lot of Ancient Times. He's only seen a racetrack twice in his life. He used to be trained by Todd
Ancient
Fletcher,
Track
for whom
is
he won really impressively
the American
on his belated
horse.
race course debut. He
Trainer
finished last
Archibald
on his next
Kingsley
career
Jr.
start, so
and the
I don't
jockey
know what to make of him.
Raro
I would
Gallagher.
imagine he's a bit of a project for the future. What does he look like down in the walking ring?
He looks fantastic, as
He
all
absolutely
Arch's horses
does.
do, like really striking. You know what stands out to me, Mark, is when they run off the $62,000 level on the flat, it always indicates ability, and that definitely translates to jumping. He's very well schooled. Arch does an amazing job teaching him to jump, so look for him to run well. And the 6-horse, Spring Heel Jim, owned by CFC Stables, trained by the on-fire Kerry Bryan, and ridden by Parker Hendricks.
Has never run under rules, so this is officially his racecourse debut, although he did have a little bit of a prep in a point-to-point a couple of weeks ago, so he is very much the unknown quantity in this race. Kerry has had a tremendous start to the season here in the United States, and again, a little bit like Ancient Times, we don't know a great deal about him on papers at the moment.
Yes, a little bit of a guessing game, but Kerry brings every horse to the racetrack in great form. She's on such great form right now, it's said that she could possibly train me to even be skinny. And we know what a Herculean task that would be.
Oh,
we wish them all good luck, and great race in store, ladies and gents.
This is going to be an absolutely great race, so I was definitely looking forward to the Brown Advisory, the Maiden Hurdle. This is race 2.
And for the best turned out, the 4-horse Eternal Story. So well done to the groom of the 4-horse Eternal Story. He looks a picture.
A picture.
Horses are out on track now for race 2. The Brown Advisory, King George III, Maiden Hurdle, Division 1. Runners are out on track.
Okay, so we are getting ready for this race. It's just exciting times here, and again, it's always a type of strategy for every jockey and getting to know their horse and knows the strengths and the weaknesses, and you can also say pros and cons. But I love the whole vibe of getting up close and personal with the jockeys, the trainers, getting the backstory. This is what can bring a lot of people into the sport, and why a lot of people actually love the sport of it all, because of the great history and the bravado of this racing sport. So we're still behind the scenes. There are different watch parties for the Queen's Cup steeplechase. Many families who could not be there have tapped into us and told us that they are watching from home.
Start for this second race is on the turn out of the home stretch. So the first of the 11 fences they'll be taking is the fence on the side of the course by the lake. They'll be taking the water jump just the once in this maiden hurdle.
So a lot of families, they will be watching from home. We are live stream. This is BB Davis, Territorial Magazine publisher and founder. We are celebrating our 20th year online as the first official digital lifestyle magazine.
Post.
Our first business-based city, the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. And today, 20 years later, we are now global. But we always give love to our beloved city, the Queen City, and we love the Queen's Cup steeplechase. I've been covering the Queen's Cup for years.
Got a Jeff Tita making his way now towards the starting box. This traditionally very hot maiden race produced plenty of stakes winners in the past. And the flag is raised.
The flag is raised.
Ancient Times leads them forward as they move now towards the starting box. The grey low country a little bit on his toes. They're in the box. And they're off.
And they're off.
For this 2 miles and 1/8 maiden hurdle, the Brown Advisory King George III maiden hurdle Division 1, and it is Ancient Times who has taken the early lead. Low Country is taking a very keen hold, racing in second as they go over the first of the 11 fences. Already a break of about 3 lengths, opening up to Beowulf, who is racing in a clear third as they take their first turn. In fourth is Eternal Story and a double-seeking Tom Garner. And settled at the back of the field is the debutant Sprïng Heel Jim as they now race on slightly downhill towards the second. And Ancient Times comes to it, leads by a couple of lengths. Just a slight peck on landing at the back of the field by Sprïng Heel Jim, but not a serious error whatsoever. Midway down the back stretch, on now towards the third. Ancient Times, the lead of a length and a half over Low Country in second. Beowulf, 2 lengths back, racing in third. Then a half length to the inside, Eternal Story is in fourth as they climb to the top of the hill for the first time, with detached from the back of the field, Sprïng Heel Jim as they cross over the fourth fence and now begin to freewheel down the hill. It's Ancient Times and Jared Galligan getting a comparatively easy lead in the early going. Racing in second is Low Country and Mel Boucher. Low Country, a 3 times winner on the all-weather. Then towards the inside, Eternal Story. Beowulf on that one's outer, and still ridden chilly at the back of the field by Parker Hendricks is Sprïng Heel Jim as they race into the lane for the first time and on towards the fifth. Ancient Times comes to it, paddled his way through it, just nudges the birch. Up between horses, Beowulf still keen, so too Low Country towards the outside, and on the inner is Eternal Story, and they cross over the water jump for the only occasion in this maiden, and a good jump by the leader, and that was Ancient Times as they set out now on another complete circuit of the track. It's Ancient Times who leads the way. Low Country out a little wide and still lit up. Towards the inside is Eternal Story, who has cut every corner. Beowulf, with plenty of hurdling experience on the other side of the pond, is just stalking them, racing in fourth position as they go.
We have a little bit of buffering, but that is okay. The race is still
Has
in
gone
progress.
at the seventh. He now leads them loose, and it is Eternal Story when they reappeared who had the lead. He's gone on now by just over a length to Low Country in second. Beowulf making ground on the inside, and just nudged away from that is Sprïng Heel Jim. So now they go on towards a third from home, and headed by the loose horse, it is Eternal Story on the inside. Eternal Story out-jumped there by Beowulf, who goes on now for Jamie Neild as they climb Heartbreak Hill on towards the second last. And now it is race on. Eternal Story and Beowulf, these two joined at the hip. jumping as one, but Beowulf once again was slicker in the air, and it's Beowulf who now begins to freewheel down the hill as they enter now the final 3/8 of a mile. It is Beowulf with Eternal Story rallying once again to his outside. Then on the inside, Spring Hill Jim into third, and now Low Country is last of the four. In line for home, Eternal Story, the green fleet. On the inside, Beowulf as they approach the final fence. Spring Hill Jim trying to stay on as they take the 11th and final fence. Neither of the two leaders that fluent. Beowulf on the centre of the course towards the stand. That is Eternal Story. Spring Hill Jim is still staying on. They've got 50 yards to go. Spring Hill Jim beginning to get up. Spring Hill Jim wins on his official debut. He beat into second on the near side, Eternal Story, Beowulf, and a rallying Low Country.
What a finish. What a finish. We're seeing a great pattern here. There were no tumbles here, so that was a great thing. That's a great moment there. We're going to throw in some background music. There is a horse on his own. Again, we've been covering the steeplechase Queen's Cup for years. We will be bringing back the one-on-one interview I had with Sir Price to 1021magazine.com. That is in the revamped, redesign stages. But once we're finished, we'll be unloading the vaults and bring that 101 interview with myself, BB Davis, and Mr. Price.
Those of you who are waiting for the pickup by the tower, there is a loose horse coming back at pace towards you. Please mind your backs. There is a loose horse coming back at pace towards the water jump.
Again, for safety precautions, there is a loose horse, and they will make sure that they have everything secured. The one-on-one interview with Sir Price was really, really, really great. When we asked for 3 of his favorite songs, he picked Coldplay, which was one of them, and the song was Clocks, which I thought was so very cool. So stay locked in, everybody. I'm BB Davis. You're live stream with us for the Queen's Cup Steeplechase, Mineral Springs, North Carolina, celebrating the 75th year. We must say, after that last hurdle, it was just a takeoff. Nice, great strategy, great stride, great temperament from the horse. It just really was a great race.
Here is the unofficial result of race number 2. Division 1 of the Brown Advisory, King George III Maiden Hurdle. First, number 6, Spring Heel Jim. Second was 4, Eternal Story. Third, 1, Beowulf. The fourth horse, 2, Low Country. 6, 4, 1 and 2 were the numbers. Official distances 1 3/4 lengths and half a length. 1 3/4 lengths and half a length. And the run time of the winning horse, 4 minutes, 08 and 2/5 seconds. 4:08, 2/5, still unofficial.
So stay locked in with us as we prepare for race 3. You're locked in with me, BB Davis, for 1021 Magazine.
Ladies and gentlemen, a great pleasure to be down here with winning trainer Kerry Bryan. Kerry, I don't know if you heard me in the paddock, but I said you're so on such form right now, you'd possibly train me to get skinny. But that was an amazing training performance.
Yeah, Thank you so much. Look, I have a great team at home and great owners. They've let me take my time with this horse. We bought him from the same place as the Mean Queen this winter, and he just was a late bloomer. It just took him a little bit of time. I don't know that I necessarily expected quite that. Those were some nice horses in there, but I think, you know, he's going to be a good horse over time.
And well, when you present them ready and able and the opportunity comes, you've proved that you can do the job.
Well, thanks. Yeah, look, it's a team effort. We have a great team working for me.
And a brilliant ride by Parker. Parker, come on in here. What a late run and what a well-presented challenge on the run-in.
Yeah, you know, I rode him to be placed. He's never run in anything before. I've actually probably only sat on him twice. I schooled him yesterday in Camden and a week ago at home, and he gave me a fantastic feel. He had a run around a points point, and he didn't run great there. He missed a bunch of time when he first came over. He got sick, so I just kind of needed that. And then today, I kind of just rode him to be placed. I didn't want to try and do anything too exciting on him just because he's 4 and he's only a maiden. And then I was happy. I thought I was going to be a good third coming down the hill. And then, yeah, I pulled him down to the inside and he just took off after the wire. Yeah, he's a nice little horse.
Beautiful, and it was like a Steve Cawthon time presentation right down there near the line. How did he jump throughout? Because we saw some serious mistakes in the field today.
Yeah, he jumped really well all in all. For a first-timer, he jumped exceptionally. He was a little untidy at a few of them, just at the back of them. But he's really, really efficient. Especially for a first-timer, he was really efficient. And he jumped really well all in all. And yeah, no, we're delighted for him.
Parker Hendricks, a jockey with a bright future, brilliant ride, and well done, Kerry. Thank you so much.
So we got a little bit of the backstory. We love that. So make sure you stay locked in. I'll be up next live, so stay tuned. I'm BB Davis, and you're locked in with 1021 Magazine and BB Loves Sports, where sports and gaming is the exquisite fusion. Live from the Carolinas, you're watching Queen's Cup Steeplechase in Mineral Springs, North Carolina.